Hello, dear students. How are you doing? Are you okay? Welcome back to Pan Edutainment. I am Teacher Jasper, the one who is going to show you some personal questions that someone can ask you. These are the questions that people can ask you personally. These are very important questions. You should know how to answer these questions in English language. Tujye kwigira hamwe ibibazo umuntu ashobora kukubaza wowe ku giti cyawe atagiye muri sosiyete utuyemo cyangwa se mu bundi buzima bwo hanze ari kukubaza wowe ku giti cyawe. These are some personal questions, nibyo tugiye kwibandaho. Turibanda kuri ibibazo umuntu ashobora kukubaza wowe ku giti cyawe. Very simple English personal questions that someone can ask you. Are you ready to learn this lesson? Uri tayari kwiga iri somo? I am Teacher Jasper. So we welcome you to Pan Edutainment. Tuguha ikaze rero kuri channel yacu yitwa Pan Edutainment. Abahamaze iminsi bazi uburyohe bw'iyi channel. Channel nziza cyane kwigisha Icyongereza neza cyane. Good. Now we are going to get started with our today's word before starting our English lesson today. Good. This is our today's word. Migraine or migraine. What is the meaning of migraine or migraine? Migraine or migraine, iri jambo rifite pronunciation ebyiri. Ushobora kumva umuntu avuze migraine cyangwa se akavuga migraine. Migraine is a severe headache that usually affects one side of the head. That headache is called a migraine. Migraine ni umutwe, ni indwara y'umutwe ukabije cyane cyane ifata uruhande rumwe, igice kimwe cy'umutwe. It's called migraine or migraine. You can say I have migraine headache or I have migraine. Umuntu numva avuze ngo I have migraine headache. It means that he has that or she has that severe headache that affects. It usually affects one side of the head, one part of the head. Muri bake uyu mutwe akenshi ufata igice kimwe cy'umutwe. Uyu mutwe rero witwa migraine or migraine. Good. So do you know Special Modern Language Center? Uzi center yitwa Special Modern Language? Yes, urayizi iyo center. Niba utayizi duherereye Kimironko niho turi gukorera aka kanya. Waza ukihuta ukiyandikisha, tugiye gutangira kwigisha abanyeshuri bashya b'abatangizi. Vuba nga baratangira, hari abasanzwe biga, uraza ugakora ikizamini cya speaking na listening, tukumva urwego uriho mu bijyanye na speaking na listening, none ugatangira kwigana n'abandi. Special Modern Language Center ifite icyo twita uniqueness, umwihariko wacu, tukwigisha tugukoresha practice, imyitozo yo kuvuga. Yes, we teach you by giving you a lot of practice. Tuguha a lot of practice kugira ngo utangire kuvuga Icyongereza neza. Please welcome to Special Modern Language Center. Ugomba kuba abanyamuryango, ugomba kuba umunyamuryango wa Pan Edutainment, ukanaba umunyamuryango wa Special Modern Language Center. Good. Let's get started with this, some simple English personal questions that someone can ask you. Tugiye guhera ku kibazo cya mbere umuntu ashobora kukubaza rwose. Umuntu ashobora kugusuhuza akakubaza akakubwira ati good evening my friend, how are you doing, how have you been, so yarangiza kugusuhuza akahita kubaza ati what do you usually do in your free time? What do you usually do in your free time? Iki ni ikibazo cyiza umuntu yakubaza. Arashaka kumenya ubuzima bwawe iyo utari mu kazi. Muri free time yawe ukunda gukora iki? What do you usually? Usually, we don't say usually. Muri Special Modern Language Center tunakwigisha pronunciation. Usually ntibibaho. We say usually. So what do you usually do in your free time? Ni nko kukubaza ati ese iyo ufite umwanya ukora iki? Iteka ukora iki iyo ufite umwanya? Ushobora guhita umubwira uti I usually go swimming in my free time. I usually read books in my free time. I usually read a Bible in my free time. Iteka njya koga. I usually read books in my free time. Iteka iyo mfite umwanya nsoma ibitabo. It is good to read books. It is good to go swimming because this is one of the best sports. Yes, swimming ni sport nziza cyane. So I usually go swimming. You can also say I usually go to Kimironko to learn English. in my free time. Iyo mfite umwanya njya Kimironko kwiga Icyongereza. Ibyo ni ibyo ukora bya buri munsi. The question is this one. What do you usually do in your free time? Ibyo ni ibyo ukora bya buri munsi nyuma y'akazi. Ufite free time. Good. The second question is this one. This is the second question. What job do you want to have in the future? What job do you want to have in the future? Niho kukubaza ngo urashaka kahe kazi ahazaza hawe. Mu bihe byawe biri imbere urashaka gukora kahe kazi. This is a good question that someone can ask you. This is your personal life, personal question. It's a personal question because people want to know the job that you want or you are thinking about doing in your future. Good. So what job do you want to do or what job do you want to have in the future? Urashaka gukora kahe kazi, kugira kahe kazi. Ushaka kuvuga uti, I want to be a police officer in the future. I want to be a doctor in the future. I want to be a self-employed person in the future. A self-employed person. We don't say person, we say person. Person. I want to be a self-employed person in the future. So here we say, uvuga nyine ikintu ushaka kuba cyo. I want to be a midwife. A midwife. Twabonye ko midwife bivuze iki? Umuforomokazi. Midwife. I want to be a midwife in the future. You can also say, I want to be a teacher in the future. Do you want to be a teacher like me? But teachers don't get money. Ariko abarimu nta mafaranga baba bafite. Yes, this is the calling. Uyu ni umuhamagaro, my dear. Niba ushaka kuba mwarimu, ugomba kuza nyine, ariko umenye ko nta kantu kaba karimo. It's a calling. It's a vocation. This is a vocation. Ariko ushaka kuvuga uti, I want to help people. I want to fight against ignorance. Teachers fight against ignorance. Abarimu barwanya ubujiji. So umunyeshuri rero watangiye kwiga hano, murabona ko hari utuntu twinshi utaruji, urabona ko hari utuntu twinshi utaruzi ariko wagiye umenya. There are some skills that are gained from this channel, just especially the skills of English skills. Good. So I want to be a teacher in the future. Good. Another question can be this one. What is something you want to achieve in 5 years? What is something you want to achieve in 5 years? Umuntu abakubaje ngo ni igiki ushaka kugeraho mu myaka 5 iri imbere. What is something you want to achieve in 5 years? Ushaka kuvuga uti, I want to speak 5 languages in 5 years. Kandi wabigeraho. I want to speak 5 languages in 5 years. Or I want to speak 3 languages or 2 languages in 5 years. Ndashaka kuvuga mu by'ukuri indimi 5 mu myaka 5 iri imbere. Good. What is something you want to achieve in 5 years? Umuntu ashobora kukubaza icyo kibazo. Uzamenye uko wamusubiza. Ushobora gusubiza uti, I want to build 3 houses in 5 years. I want to build 3 houses in 5 years. I want to buy 3 cars or 5 cars in 5 years. Ndashaka kugura imodoka 5 mu myaka 5. Good. You can also say, I want to give birth to 10 children in 5 years. Ndashaka kubyara abana 10 mu myaka 5. That can be a calamity. That can be a very big problem, because you should respect family planning. Ugomba kubahiriza kuboneza urubyaro. You should never give birth to 10 children in 5 years. Ntabwo byaba ari byiza. Maybe 2 children in 5 years. Good. So I want to build 3 houses in 5 years. Good. Another question can be this one. Ikindi kibazo gishobora kuba iki ngiki. Where would you like to travel someday? Umunsi umwe urashaka kuzajya gutemberera he? That is the question that I'm asking you. Even you can write some questions. You can write some answers in the comment section. So yes, you can answer me by saying, teacher, I would like to travel to Los Angeles someday. But Los Angeles is on fire these days. You should never go there. But you can also choose another place you can go to travel to. For example, you can say, teacher, I would like to travel to France someday. Or one day, I would like to travel to France. You can also say, I would like to travel to Miami one day. I would like to travel to Nairobi one day. Uzahitamo ahantu ushaka kuzatemberera. Good. So ikibazo gishobora kuba iki ngiki. Where would you like to travel someday? Yes. Umunsi umwe urashaka kuzatemberera he. That is my question. You are going to answer me in the comment section. Ugiye kunsubiza muri comment section. You are going to tell me where you'd like to travel in. You are going to tell me where you would like to travel one day or someday or in the future or in the coming days. Good. Another question can be this one. Do you think life will be easier or harder in the future? Yes. Do you think life would be or will be? Do you think life will be easier or harder in the future? Umuntu ashobora kukubaza gutyo. Uratekereza ubuzima buzaba bwiza cyangwa se buzaba bworoshye cyangwa bukomeye mu gihe kiri imbere? Ushobora guhita uvuga uti, in my opinions, uko mbyumva, life will be easier in the future. Uko mbyumva ubuzima buzagenda neza, buzoroha muri future. Because of what? Because of technology. Technology is making life easier. Nuvuga ngo ikoranabuhanga riri kugenda rituma ubuzima bugenda bworoha. Yes, good. So you can say life will be easier in the future. Or you can say life will be harder. Ubuzima buzakomera mu gihe kiri imbere. Life will be harder in the future. Harder buzakomera, easier buzoroha. Good. For example, you can say life will be easier for me in the future. Ubuzima kuri nge ndabona buzaba bworoshye because I am making a lot of money these days. Kubera ko muri iyi minsi ndi gukorera amafaranga menshi. Good. That is another question that someone can ask you. Yes. The next question is this one, which is the last. What is something new have you learned recently? Umuntu nakubaza iki kibazo azaba ashaka kumenya ni ikihe kintu gishya, ni ubuhe bumenyi bushya umaze kunguka mu gihe gishize. What is something new? What is something new have you learned recently? Bivuze iki? Bivuze ngo ni ikihe kintu. What is something new? Ni ikihe kintu gishya, ni ubuhe bumenyi bushya have you learned recently? Mu gihe gishize umaze kwiga. Ni ibiki umaze kwiga mu gihe gishize bishya. Ushobora guhita umubwira uti, I have learned English recently. Mu gihe gishize maze kwiga Icyongereza. There are some sentences I can speak to someone. I can try to communicate with people in English language. That is good skill that you have got. You have learned recently. What is something new have you learned recently? Icyo ni ikibazo nkubajije uraza kunsubiza. Teacher, I have learned cooking recently. Maze kwiga uko bateka mu gihe gito gishize. Good. I really appreciate you, but I would like to ask you, I would like to tell you something. If you really love this channel, niba ukunda iyi channel, subscribe if you are a new student. Niba ukunda iyi channel, niba utarakora kuri subscribe, cyangwa ukaba uri mushya, try to subscribe. If you are a new student, try to subscribe, please. If you really love this channel, niba ukunda iyi channel kabisa, ukaba ushaka ko abandi bayimenya, share the lessons. Share Pan Edutainment lessons. You should share these lessons with your friends. Ugomba gusharinga aya masomo ku nshuti zawe kugira ngo nabo bayabone. I am Teacher Jasper. We have a Special Modern Language Center and Pan Edutainment. These are good platforms that you can use, you can explore in order to speak English very fluently. Do you really want to be or to become an English speaker? You should come to our center at Kimirongo, or you should try to stick around here. Ugomba kuguma hano kuri Pan Edutainment kugira ngo uzavuge Icyongereza, uzamenye Icyongereza. Bye bye, see you next time.